What's going on, everybody? Alex Pandrea here. I'm with my buddy Nick, and Nick is an amazing person. First and foremost, we just met this weekend.
Yeah.
We're a whole bunch of magicians here, and I never met you before.
No.
So that's awesome. And I've seen you around and doing your card throwing stuff, and I'm like, please, I've never been able to throw a card in my life. I would do like literally from like a lateral palm, try to throw it, and it just kind of. Yeah, I've done it like once really good, so I got confident in myself. And then after that, it was just embarrassing. So Nick is here to teach me and to teach all you guys how to throw a card in the proper way.
Yeah, totally.
That's good.
So you're gonna take your card?
Okay.
Are you gonna be throwing with your right hand?
Yes. Well, I'm righty, so I guess.
Yeah, perfect. So if you're left-handed and you throw with your left hand, just mirror us, I guess. So you're gonna hold the card in your left hand.
Right.
Make a scissor with your index finger and middle finger.
Yep.
Now you're gonna look at the top, I guess, joint, crease of your fingers, and you're gonna put the top left corner of the card in that little crease right there.
Okay. We'll do a close-up for you after this,
perfect.
but so it's here.
And basically, you just want it on an angle like that. If you
Okay, so not straight,
not
at
straight,
a little bit of an
a
angle.
little bit of an angle.
So not here, here. Good.
Now from here, you're gonna notice that you could pull the card out really easy.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
Strong, look at that.
So we're gonna. So we're gonna make that much better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this thumb on top. This right here is called Thurston grip, by the way. So we're gonna add that thumb.
What did you call me? No, just
Sorry.
All right, the Thurston grip.
So this is called Thurston's grip. You're gonna add that thumb on top, and then the ring finger and the pinky finger are gonna pressure at the bottom.
Gotcha.
So now, if you put pressure with both those, you'll find that it's much harder to pull that card out.
Yep.
Which gives you a much better grip, and it's gonna maximize your speed and, I guess, damage by like times 10. So
cool.
This is the proper grip.
Yep.
Just toy around with it. Again, a great way to practice is just keep the card on top of the deck.
Yep.
And just keep getting into that positioning. Do it again, just so you can get one after another and work your way up to just finding comfortable. Everybody has their own grip with card throwing, and the more you do it, the more you'll develop that grip. Cool. And you'll be comfortable with it.
Awesome.
So now we're gonna get into the flick of the wrist. So all you're gonna do is get into that grip, hold the arm out in front of you, and this is all you're gonna do is take the wrist, bring it back,
yep,
and let go.
And release. So it's not of a, like your arm is tossing it, it's more the wrist that's flicking it out.
Well, we're gonna get into that. It's just a lot of people, when they start off, they don't include that wrist, and it's the most important spot, the most important part. The more spin you have, the better the card's gonna fly. So a great way to practice is just work on that spin by just
Look at that.
Yeah, perfect. So
my God.
so
exciting.
Yeah, so you're gonna use that flick of the wrist and just keep practicing that. And once you feel comfortable with that, then we're gonna get into the arm. So you're gonna throw it like you're throwing a baseball. So you're gonna tuck it in like we did before, right in the wrist. Come back. So the arm's gonna come back like you're throwing a baseball, come down, and then at the last second, that's when that flick of the wrist is gonna happen. Perfect, just like that. So arms back.
Horrible. Oh, damn.
So start just like this. Arm back, coming down, and then a flick of the wrist.
So I noticed that you kind of did this, so it's not level, it's not, I guess, parallel with the floor. It's a little bit this way instead of this way when you toss it out, right?
Yes, so you're coming down like this, and at that last second, it's that.
At the last second, you, and then you,
Yep, totally.
You, and then you, I think that's the best explanation that we could think of.
Yeah, so the arm back, and then the and then the and then you'll be throwing your cards in no time.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
Is there another grip that,
100%.
like in case people can't get that down for some reason?
This grip is pretty cool. I think it was released by Dan and Dave. And if you slide your finger just like that. So basically what you're gonna do is take the card, you're gonna take your thumb.
Yep.
And you're gonna place the card basically right at the edge of the fingernail.
Doing one of those, right?
Just like that.
I love that.
And then you're gonna add that finger right on top. So I'll turn for the camera. Fingers right on top. So you're in this grip right here. And all that's happening is this finger is extending, and you'll get the card to flick. And
I think it's called flick or flicker or something like that.
Yeah, it's either called flick or click. I'm not 100% sure.
Fact checking.
Ramsey, do you know what it's called? Click? All right, okay, perfect. Yeah, so Click by Dan and Dave Buck, but what you can also use this to throw the card.
Yeah.
Which people don't realize, because this generates a lot of spin, and the more spin, the better you're gonna be.
So now that you mention it, one of the cool things I do with this move is getting it from here into the deck, and I do a mystery card plot for that. But yeah, it's off of this, and I do it in my lectures, and instead of like tossing the card into here, because this is how one of the effects I do I just do that flick thing, and it goes here into the deck.
Nice.
So I didn't know that this was a card throwing technique now used. It's
totally
awesome.
So it's the same thing as before. So you're just gonna get into that same positioning, which you could just pinch the card at the bottom, roll back, and you're right there. You're gonna add that arm again and the flick of the wrist. And it's very important you add that flick of the wrist with this. And a flick of the wrist on top of that finger flicking, you're doubling your spin. So just like that, perfect.
Man.
So, next one. This is the last one, the third technique.
Okay, so one like this, one like that, and then we link them.
Yeah, totally.
It's crazy, man.
So what we're gonna
Crazy,
do,
man.
so basically you were onto something. You're gonna put it on your index finger and your thumb, just like so.
Yep.
Actually, on your right hand. See, like Alex had it right. I was just like, I was in some other place. And you're gonna take the card, and now you're going to take the pip of the card, and you're gonna put that right in the middle of the rubber band, just like so.
Gotcha.
And then you're going to pinch down. So now you're like this. So you have the rubber band wrapped around on either side. All you're gonna do now is just pinch that rubber band with the card, open these fingers, pull back, and let go.
Dang. Need rubber band for that one. Lost the rubber band and everything. So here, pip, pinch, squeeze.
Where does your rubber band keep going, dude? It's like a magic trick. You're just
This
like,
is a poof.
like everything vanishes.
Pinch.
That was close. Better.
Better and better. There we
you
go.
Perfect.
Hallelujah.
Dang.
We got it. Boom.
All right, so those are the three techniques.
All right, guys. So here is behind the shoulder view of how it should look from you.
All right, guys, so you're gonna be holding the card. The top left corner is where you wanna contact, right here. So these little creases on your finger are gonna touch that corner right there. That's all you need, just that much, and then this much of an angle. You don't want it perfectly straight. You wanna create a little bit of an angle. Take the thumb. Thumb's gonna be placed on top. The index finger and pinky are gonna be placed on the bottom. Squeezing, so you get a tighter grip, and you'll find it's harder to pull the card out, and that's perfect. So squeeze, get that grip, flick of the wrist, and you're good to go. So next, all you're gonna do now is you're going to take the card and place it right on your thumbnail. So just right about here, right at the edge. This index finger is gonna curl over top, and all that's happening is you're now flicking that index finger, and that's gonna allow you to get spin on the card. So all you're adding with that is just the flick of the wrist and the flick of the finger, and you're doubling your speed and rotation. All right, so now with the rubber band, you're gonna place the rubber band on the index finger and thumb, just like so. Then you're going to take the card, place it right on the pip, about the middle of the band, rubber band, and then we're going to take it and squeeze down about midway with the thumb and index finger, and then you're going to pinch the rubber band and the card just like so. Extend the index finger and thumb, pull back, and release.
Bam.
And then that is that.
That's great. Awesome. All right, guys, so that about wraps it up. That's the basics of card throwing. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Check out Nic's channel. Link is below if you want to learn more on card throwing. You have card throwing videos and a whole bunch of stuff like that, which is super awesome.
Thanks.
So check that out. Subscribe to him. If you're not subscribed here, subscribe. Just subscribe everywhere.
Yeah, subscribe everywhere.
You know,
to all the channels on YouTube. Everybody.
literally
show love to everybody.
As many as you can today.
exactly.
And like this video if you like Nic. And if you learned something. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll check you guys later.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.